Today we're going to look at a platform that offers the most unique way to build your credit that I have ever seen. What is going on, everyone? I hope you are all having a fantastic day. So we all know that building your credit score is incredibly important for 1,000 reasons, and we'll touch on some of those in today's video. But nowadays, there are hundreds of different strategies and tools that you can use, ranging from confusing and expensive to truly unique and helpful in terms of building your credit history. But finding the right one for you can be confusing to say the least, and that's where Ava Finance can help. Now, you may have never heard of Ava before, and you may be like I was when I first heard of Ava, thinking it's just another secured credit card. But after spending 5 minutes on their website, it really did become clear that this platform is so much more than another boring credit builder product. So we've got two core products that I want to talk about in today's video, one of which is the most unique financial product that I have seen in a very long time across the board. But before we get to that, I do want to let you know that Ava is sponsoring today's video. So if you do want to sign up and help support my channel, then I will leave a link for that down below the like button, where you can get an exclusive discount on some of the products that we're going to talk about in today's video. But as you all know, companies reach out to me all the time with the latest and greatest financial tools, and I turn down 99 out of 100 opportunities. But it didn't take me more than a few minutes on their website to figure out that this is a really awesome product that I think can help a lot of people, you included. All right, so like I said, there's two products that I want to focus on in today's video. The first of which is a standard high limit credit card that helps you build your credit, which we're going to talk about first. And the second of which, I'll just say you definitely want to hang around to see that one because it's really cool. All right, on the credit builder side of things, you all know that we've looked at a lot of secured credit builder cards and other products that are aimed at helping you build your credit score. And this product works in a similar way with a very important twist. Your Ava card has no interest or fees, offers you instant approval, and it really emphasizes improving your credit card utilization, which, as we've talked about in many previous videos, is one of the most important factors that makes up your credit score. Now, if you're not familiar, your credit utilization is basically just a ratio that represents how much of your total available credit are you actually using. So for simplicity, if you have a $100 credit limit and you spend $100 on that card, then your utilization is 100%, which is really bad for your credit score. Usually you'll hear so-called experts say that you want to keep your utilization below 30%, but I would argue that you really want to keep it below 10% at most, and really do everything you possibly can to keep it as low as possible. And depending on what method of calculating your FICO score is being used, usually your utilization makes up about 30% of your score. So needless to say, your credit utilization is really important. But this isn't exactly groundbreaking information, so what makes the Ava card any different from the thousands of other products that have the same focus? Well, first of all, it attacks the utilization ratio from both sides of the equation by offering you that high credit limit, while also using a unique strategy that we'll talk about next to ensure that you are spending as little as possible of that available credit limit. Because remember that this is just a ratio, so if your available credit increases, then that is good for your utilization. And if your spending decreases, then that is also good for your utilization. Speaking of spending, the way that this product helps ensure that you keep your spending as low as possible is it is specifically designed for you to pay for online recurring expenses, which would include things like Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, and many other monthly recurring expenses that you and I all have. But the thing about these monthly expenses is they're usually $15 here and $30 there and $5 here, and in general, they're not going to add up to thousands of dollars in purchases, and therefore will help keep your spending under control. This good utilization is then reported to all three of the major credit bureaus, which is another differentiator from similar products who may only report to one or two of them. And remember that they are also reporting your utilization, while similar products only report your on-time payment history, which is just one factor that makes up your overall overall credit score. All right, so the Credit Builder product is awesome, but I want to make sure that we save time for my favorite product that Ava offers that really grabbed my attention when looking at their website, and that is their Savings Builder account. This thing definitely falls into the category of why in the world has no one ever thought of that before. But essentially, the way that this works is you're going to set money aside from your paycheck each month into what they call a locked Ava account. And after setting that money aside for 12 months consistently, you then get all of that money given back to you at no interest rate with no fees. Now, just wait, because I know at first that might sound absolutely ridiculous, and you might be thinking, why in the world would I lock my money away into an account just to be given that large lump sum back after a year of waiting? And that's a fair question. But what makes this product amazing is that Ava is counting your consistent monthly savings as an on-time payment, which, you guessed it, is then reported to the major credit bureaus, and once again is good for your credit score. And remember that your on-time payment history is the largest factor that makes up your score, so now you're hitting the largest category and the second largest category in your utilization. So not only are you using a product that is obviously helping to build your credit, but you're actually being forced to save money while doing that, which I think is amazing. Literally every other credit building product that we have talked about before on the channel, whether that be a credit card, a mortgage, or just another regular credit builder, only works if you are taking on debt or spending money in some way. This is truly the only product that I have ever seen personally that is able to help build your credit while simultaneously forcing you to save money, all for a very low annual fee that, let's be honest, will more than pay for itself. Now, I will mention that there is a $21 monthly minimum for your savings, so you do have to set aside at least $21 per month, but I think we can all agree that you should be able to save at least $21 each month, but really it doesn't matter how much money you're setting aside because it's still going to be reported as an on-time payment, and you're still saving money, and even 21 bucks per month will add up to a lump sum of $252 that you get given back to you at the end of 12 months. All right, so those are the two core products, but with Ava Finance, you also obviously get credit score monitoring with weekly credit report updates, real-time notifications, and perhaps my favorite feature, true insights into what is impacting your credit score. Another area where I think a lot of competing products fall short is they may help you improve your credit score, but they don't do a good job explaining why that is happening and what factors are changing that score, so that you can then go apply those lessons to other aspects of your financial life. But even beyond all of that, they have amazing savings monitor tools that use artificial intelligence to automatically look for lower interest rates on your monthly payments, including your auto loans, credit cards, and personal loans. Plus, you can even refinance existing debt to ensure that you are getting the best deals and rates possible to keep as much money in your pocket and get out of debt as fast as possible. It's pretty obvious that Ava is much more than just another credit builder product. It's truly a one-stop shop for everything credit card health and debt optimization. But I know your head might be spinning, and specifically that Savings Builder product definitely took me a second to wrap my head around, so why even bother with all of this in the first place? Well, as we've talked about many times before, having a bad credit score is just downright expensive. And that's because, generally speaking, a lower credit score means higher interest rates when it comes time to borrow money. And when you're talking about borrowing tens of thousands of dollars on a car, or even worse, hundreds of thousands of dollars on a house, then the slightest increase in your interest rate could equate to tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest over the course of that loan. I mean, if we look at the basic example on Ava's website, these two individuals are financing the exact same 2021 Honda Civic, which retails for $21,700. But Peter has a credit score of 650, while Mary has a score of 720, which means that Peter's interest rate is 12%, while Mary gets a significantly lower rate of 4.25%. And that means that over the 72-month course of that loan, Peter is going to pay over $32,000 for a $21,000 car, while Mary is only going to pay $26,000 $100,000, which is a savings of over $6,000 just because Mary had a better credit score. And if you think that's bad, let's say you borrowed $400,000 to buy a house. Well, if you had a good credit score, you could probably get a rate around 4% right now, meaning you would pay $287,000 in interest over 30 years. Whereas if you had really bad credit, you'd probably be looking at more like 7 to 8%, which means you would pay $656,000 in interest alone, which means that having a bad credit score just cost you $369,000. Trust me, this is not something that you want to push off, and the best thing about Ava is that you don't have to wait months. In fact, 70% of their members see a score improvement in the first 30 days alone. Plus, if you're like me and you're used to using those modern mobile-based financial tools, then Ava's got you covered, and while it may not be the largest fintech on earth, they have already racked up thousands of 5-star reviews on the iOS App Store alone, and as someone who has used and reviewed hundreds of different financial platforms and tools, the app is really simple and sleek and allows you to track all of the different tools that we talked about in today's video without confusing you with endless menu options and advertisements for other products, and is going to set you on the track to building that credit score and reaching your financial goals as fast as possible. I know there's a million options out there, but obviously the biggest differentiator here is that Ava allows you to not only build your credit, but actually save money while doing that. Well, again, every other product I've ever seen requires you to take on debt and or spend money in some capacity. And with the two products that we talked about in today's video, you're hitting your utilization and on-time payment history, which again are the two largest factors, meaning you should be able to build a great credit score in no time, saving yourself a ton of money in the future. Again, if you want to learn more about Ava and sign up, I will leave a link for that down below the like button. And of course, I want to say a huge thank you to Ava for creating such a unique and helpful product that I think is really going to help a lot of people. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.